This is Kerrace Alexander with DeepTruth Media. When I contemplate this system of consciousness and the con that has been manipulated on each and every one of us, I find myself in awe that they have the capacity, the power control force, to have pulled the unthinkable off. You know, when I moved out to where I currently live, or before I moved out here, I lived in the city, and I believe it was about 2007, I started looking into the whole conspiracy movement. Had never any inclination before that, and I had probably been into my journey for about a good 7 years. That is, doing my spiritual work. Never had any desire, any inclination to look into the conspiracy truth movement. And as I started to look into the conspiracies that were proliferating on the physical world stage at that point, which are still the same conspiracy theories or disinformation that's disseminated now, it's the same information, just a different spin. What I came to realize was that I was immersed in this vortex of fear and perplexed. I became very depressed. For about 2 years, I was suffering a very deep, intense depression because I found myself, as I kept looking more and more into this matrix that we are immersed in, I was able to see very easily. All the information is out there if one chooses to look, and so many choose not to, because it's daunting. It's not something that is easy to digest, all the information that's available and accessible. And I found myself depressed for 2 years, depressed at coming to the realization of the situation in which I found myself in, and that I lived in a world that was evil, and that I felt I needed to do something. And so, as a result, this is why I live where I live. I live off-grid because I bought into the program that was being spoon-fed to us, that I needed to find a place that I would be safe and outside of the city, because, major things were coming, and there's still major things are coming. You see, major things, major disasters, events are being perpetrated on the physical world stage by the power control force, and so I acted. I didn't react, although I reacted in being depressed for 2 years and then being angry after that, to the point where I started sharing through DeepTruth Media. That was an assignment that I got, and a very good assignment, because what I found that it did for me was allowed me to dissolve by staring truth down, seeing how the system operates and how it's being perpetrated on humanity. I stared truth down and was able to dissect it at a higher level. And even in doing that, it was still shocking on many, many levels. But it dissolved. There's an energetic dissolution that happened for me, that I became less and less attached the more and more I was able to understand and understand the matrix in which we have been immersed in. And to the point now where when I get epiphanies, or the veil reveals itself or shatters before me, the veil of deception, that is, the illusion of the matrix, that's this web of matrix that's seduced so many into believing that all of this is real, is the real deal. The power control force have done the unthinkable. They have conned the masses into believing their dream, believing that their dream is real, is the real deal. And so many are in terror. So many are dying, so many are in survival, so many are angry, so many are fighting, so many are destructive, because the power control force has imposed their dream upon the masses and humanity, because it does not know itself as awareness, and because its subconscious mind is being used by the power control force, who are the masters of the subconscious mind of humanity. They are using the subconscious mind for their own purpose and means to create a dystopian world for the masses to live in. We are on an evolutionary trajectory. That evolutionary trajectory means that the evolutionary impulse for humanity is to what? To evolve. And the next stage of our evolution that we are immersed in right now is for each and every one of us to become sovereign, to become an individual, autonomous, to become the creator of our own reality. The evolutionary impulse is to use the creative potential of awareness and create a reality overlay on top of the current system that we live in, That is, we've been brought up into a system in which we've been conned into, and we are coming to the knowing and truth of that, and we are bearing witness to that. And in the knowing of this consciousness system, and the learning that we are learning in terms of how it operates and how it was designed to manipulate our essence as awareness with this inner knowledge and wisdom that is arising through awareness, that is the awareness that is you, the awareness that is me, we are taking back our power and our capacity to make choices for ourselves. And so we have the opportunity to not choose what is being spoon-fed to us. That is the narratives and scripts that the para-control force have designed for the masses. You don't have to live the existence that they are feeding you. But it takes a lot of effort in the beginning. After a while, it becomes effortless. That is, to become the creator of your reality, of your experience. That's the opportunity for you. But you can only become the true creator of your own reality once you come to know self as awareness and understand that you have been conned into this system of consciousness, and that you have been a slave to this system, and that the power control force have been the masters of your subconscious mind, and that have been the creators of your conscious mind through all the intellectual systems that they've designed and developed, all the social systems, the institutional systems, the structure, the matrix of the overlay of this artificial system which has been imposed on the earth system, the natural system of the earth. Now remember, they created both systems, the natural course of creation and the unnatural course of creation, that is the universal architects. The power control force simply have created this overlay over this system of consciousness, and it's a negative overlay. So anything that is negative that you experience in your life, you can attribute that to the power control force. Their dream consists of everything that is negative within this physical world system. So whenever you think negative thoughts, that's the power control force's system imposition on you. Because as awareness, there is no negativity. There is no fear. There's no judgment. There's no anger. There's no violence. These are all concepts within this artificial matrix. Awareness only consists of anything positive. So anything that resonates, such as love, gratitude, joy, opulence, sustenance, paradise, all the good, all the best that we can see around us is a reflection of your awareness. It does not have any taint. And so as our evolutionary impulse unfolds, the power control force are trying to circumvent that evolutionary impulse to create your reality. That is the evolutionary impulse of humanity at this stage of the game. The evolutionary impulse is for you to become autonomous, an individual that is expressing your uniqueness through your creativity, through your creative expression. You may be saying, well, I don't know what my creative expression is. I don't know what I'm here to do. Well, that's very important for you to know what astrological blueprint says. It will reveal to you in so many ways what's your vision and purpose, what you are here to do, because you are wired, you are hardwired into the system of consciousness, and you are playing out your dream within the dream that the power control force has designed. But it's a natural, organic dream that you are participating in, this inorganic construct that's been imposed upon you, which creates the duality, which creates all the conflict that you experience in your life. There is also the evolutionary impulse to live at the highest level possible that can be sustained on this physical plane, and that is not just for a few, that is for you. That's why I say we are to live in a state of opulence. I was looking into that, and I'm going to do a piece writing on that as well. There is a law of opulence, and I was wondering why this opulence was coming up for me, because opulence really follows along the lines of living in a state which is optimum for you, and the power control force are creating a living environment which does not optimize the potential of humanity. It's very clever on their part. So they know the power control force, the evolutionary impulse is for humanity at this particular time, and they're attacking that impulse in order to keep humanity in servitude to them. It's fascinating when you can look at the deeper levels of this war that's going on, this war that's being waged on humanity, and they don't even realize it, the advantage the power control force have over the masses. But for those of you that are listening here, as you understand, as we deconstruct consciousness, and you come to understand what's going on here, and you're doing your own research on top of what I'm sharing here, and you're able to think for yourself and think things through and understand the deeper underlying program that's playing here, that you don't have to buy into, that you have bought into, and you're making a decision no longer to acquiesce to this system of consciousness, this con that's been perpetrated on you. And so the work is to delete all those programs that you have bought into, all the belief systems that you have bought into, because they are influencing all of your decisions. And until you delete those programs, you're not going to be free of the system of consciousness and the imposition of the program that the power control force have manipulated you into buy into. That is the work, so that you can be free of this system, of this con, this system of consciousness. So that if there ever was a time, the time is now for you to free yourself from this system of consciousness and create a reality matrix and live within your own reality matrix. That's how exciting this time is. So as I'm creating my new virtual reality matrix that I'm going to be living in, that I am currently living in, it's very different. In this virtual reality matrix that I'm creating, that I'm living within, there is no negativity. It's at the highest vibration, the highest vibrational frequency that I oscillate at. I'm resting in a constant state of paradise, and I'm creating a life of opulence that is unique to me in this system of consciousness. As I deprogram my subconscious mind, what is happening is that is the dismantling that I speak of at a deeper level. When I say all things human are fading away, this is the deeper truth of what is happening for me. All things human are fading away. That is the old system that I have been brought into is fading away, allowing me to recreate a virtual reality matrix in which I live the rest of my life while I'm still on this physical plane through, and I experience and I create out of my uniqueness. And that's the opportunity that I get to create a world in which I live in that is unique to me. And this is not some fantasy. This is very real. It's not magical. It's not a miracle that I should be doing this. It's a natural order and the course of the natural inclination, the natural impulse for me to want to create a reality matrix of my own choosing and making, because if I eradicate the current system and I dismantle the current system that I'm in off of me, then something new must cultivate, must birth out of the old. And so psychically, I'm using all my psychic abilities to recreate the utopia of my own choosing and of my own making. This is very real. This is on the leading edge. This is fringe, yes, but it is very real. I'm creating a virtual reality matrix, just like the power control force have created their artificial matrix over this system, over this earth system. I'm doing the same, and you can do the same. And so that's about taking our power back and recreating our own utopia out of our own uniqueness. Your utopia, your virtual matrix that you are creating for yourself is going to be different than what I create for myself. Doesn't mean that we can't interact and connect with each other as we build our own matrix based on our own uniqueness. But this is very real. And a lot of you may maybe think it's very surreal as well. Yeah, it could potentially be that. But when I feel the dismantling of her, the artificial womb of the mother, dismantling, and then I'm just as awareness expressing through the system of consciousness, and as awareness I have all the creative potential, that I am accessing all that creative potential. Slowly and gradually I'm accessing more and more of that creative potential, and I'm only going to be able to access a certain amount. It's a gradual process, because if I were to be able to access all the creative potential, I'd be manifesting so quickly it would overwhelm me. It would overwhelm the human aspect of me. And so there's a natural natural unfoldment, a natural course of events that will play out. And that's what I'm sharing with you, the natural unfoldment of the expression of awareness that I am experiencing the creation of this virtual reality matrix overlay on the system of consciousness. It's a natural, gradual, organic process that will evolve and develop over time, over this time-space continuum. But it won't be a long time. It's a very short period of time. Because I feel the expression, the uniqueness radiating through my physical form. I feel this new harmonic lattice work evolving and developing into this new virtual reality construct that I am now living and experiencing life through as the old matrix continuously dissolves itself. It's so beautiful. It's so freeing. And sometimes when you think about it, and as I'm expressing here, it does seem magical. It does seem miraculous. It's just such a different experience that one can engage oneself in. And so it seems magical. It seems mysterious. It would seem miraculous because you have to allow yourself to just bathe in the mystery and the magic of what will unfold. So I'm going to leave you with that. But if ever there was a time for each and every one of us to reclaim our power, to create our own utopia, to create a virtual reality matrix overlay over the system of consciousness on this physical earth plane, which does not have any negativity attached to it, the opportunity is now. There are others doing this, trust me. They're just not as vocal as I am. But the opportunity is so palpable. The opportunity for you to reclaim your power is so real. I thank you so much for engaging in this journey. It truly is a glorious time to be here. We'll talk to you soon.